Jesus represented a revival of the shamanistic tradition from the first temple. His teachings were deeply mystical, focused on awakening the divine within each person and reminding humanity of its innate capacity for higher consciousness. Yet over centuries, the Church institutionalized his message, transforming it into a rigid framework. They proclaimed him as God incarnate, the only path to salvation, and taught that humanity was fundamentally flawed, needing redemption. This version of Jesus' message diverged sharply from his original teachings of love, self-awareness, and inner transformation. The discovery of the Nag Hammadi texts in 1945 revealed an alternative perspective on his teachings. These ancient Gnostic scriptures presented a mystical Jesus who emphasized the transformative power of self-knowledge. In these texts, he says, "I did not come to save you, but to remind you of who you truly are. It is not enough to follow Christ. You must become Christ." Such words challenge conventional beliefs, urging us to see beyond the surface narratives of religion and question whether our understanding of reality is incomplete. Betty J. Kovacs, author of Merchants of Light, The Consciousness That Is Changing the World, has dedicated her life to exploring these deeper layers of human spirituality. Her work is rooted in her own lifelong quest to reconcile the two dominant narratives of modern culture, religion and science. Raised in a Christian environment, she admired the ethical and loving aspects of faith, but struggled with its limitations, particularly its dogmatic interpretations of the human condition. Meanwhile, science, with its materialistic worldview, seemed equally inadequate, reducing life to random processes and ignoring the profound questions of meaning, purpose, and consciousness. Kovacs' unease with these conflicting paradigms fueled her determination to seek a more integrated understanding of reality. Kovacs, who holds a PhD in comparative literature and has extensively studied the symbolic language of myth, taught literature, mythology, and shamanism for over 25 years. Through her studies, she uncovered a wealth of knowledge within ancient traditions that spoke of humanity's potential for spiritual awakening. These traditions offered insights into the interconnected nature of existence, the sacredness of life, and humanity's ability to transcend ordinary consciousness. Her research revealed that much of this knowledge had been suppressed or misunderstood by modern culture, particularly in the West, where patriarchal systems distorted ancient spiritual teachings. Central to these ancient teachings is the idea of an inner power, a divine essence within every individual. This power, often symbolized in myths and spiritual practices, represents humanity's potential for higher consciousness and direct communion with the divine. One of the most enduring myths illustrating this concept is the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. While traditional interpretations cast this story as humanity's fall from grace, Kovacs argues that its original meaning was far more empowering. The serpent, often vilified as a symbol of sin, represents wisdom and spiritual awakening in many ancient cultures. The tree of knowledge symbolizes the transformative journey towards self-awareness and enlightenment. In this interpretation, the fall is not a descent into sin, but a necessary step in the evolution of consciousness, a process of awakening to the complexities of duality and learning to navigate them with wisdom. Kovacs also highlights how patriarchal traditions suppressed the sacred feminine, distorting the balance between masculine and feminine energies that is essential for spiritual harmony. Many ancient cultures revered the feminine as a source of wisdom, creativity, and nurturing power. This reverence is evident in symbols like the goddess, the womb and the cycles of nature, all of which reflect the interconnectedness of life. By erasing or marginalizing these symbols, patriarchal systems severed humanity's connection to the deeper intuitive aspects of spirituality. Restoring this balance, Kovacs argues, is key to unlocking humanity's spiritual potential. Her journey also led her to study shamanism, one of the oldest spiritual traditions in human history. Shamanic practices, found in cultures worldwide, are rooted in the understanding that physical reality is only one layer of existence. Through rituals, rhythmic dances, drumming, and the use of sacred plants, shamans enter altered states of consciousness to access deeper levels of awareness. In these states, they experience the interconnectedness of all life and receive insights that transcend ordinary perception. Modern neuroscience has begun to study these practices, revealing how they affect brain activity and facilitate states of heightened consciousness. This convergence of ancient wisdom and modern science underscores the transformative power of shamanic traditions and their relevance in today's world. Another key aspect of Kovacs' research is the role of sacred architecture in spiritual practices. Ancient cultures, from the Egyptians to the builders of megalithic sites, designed their temples and monuments as tools for spiritual transformation. These structures were often aligned with celestial events and constructed using sacred geometry, reflecting the fundamental patterns of the universe. By entering these spaces, individuals could attune themselves to higher frequencies and access expanded states of consciousness. The wisdom embedded in these structures, however, was largely lost or ignored as modern societies shifted their focus to material progress. Despite centuries of suppression, fragments of ancient wisdom have survived, often preserved within mystical traditions like Hermeticism, alchemy, and Kabbalah. These esoteric teachings bridge the spiritual and material worlds, offering profound insights into the nature of reality and humanity's place within it. They teach that the universe is a living, conscious entity, and that humans, as microcosms of the macrocosm, possess the power to shape their reality through intention and awareness. This perspective aligns with emerging discoveries in quantum physics, which suggest that the observer plays a crucial role in shaping physical reality. Concepts such as energy fields, interconnectedness, and the influence of consciousness on matter resonate deeply with the teachings of ancient mystics and shamans. Kovacs' work reveals a striking convergence between ancient spirituality and modern science. As neuroscience explores the effects of meditation, visualization, and focused intention, it confirms what mystics have known for millennia. Our thoughts and emotions have a profound impact on our reality. This understanding challenges the materialistic worldview that has dominated Western thought for centuries, inviting us to embrace a more holistic and interconnected perspective. At the heart of Kovacs' message is a call to awaken to our true nature as co-creators of reality. She reminds us that humanity stands at a crossroads, facing a choice between continuing along a path of disconnection and imbalance, or reclaiming the wisdom of our ancestors to create a more harmonious and conscious world. This journey requires courage. The courage to question established narratives, explore the unknown, and embrace the transformative power of self-awareness. As we reconnect with the ancient wisdom that has been hidden or forgotten, we unlock the potential to transform not only ourselves, but also the collective consciousness of humanity. By aligning with universal principles and recognizing our interconnectedness, we can co-create a future that honors the sacredness of life and the limitless possibilities of human potential.